Scene 1, take 1, and action. What is up? Welcome back to Potty Plan Entertainment. I feel like I dropped something. I surprisingly did not. Okay. My name is Chris, and in case you don't know, I review movies, but in this case, a TV show, and I rank them on a scale of 0 to 100 in increments of 5. Today, we're doing another Halloween special with Ash vs. Evil Dead. Now look, I wanted to review the Evil Dead trilogy for Halloween specials originally, plus the show, but unfortunately, not going to have time to do that. I am planning to do one more Halloween special tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. I've already said I want to do Halloween 2, so that should be coming tomorrow. Anyways, I love the Evil Dead trilogy. It's my favorite horror franchise of all time. Okay. Most horror sequels are just really bad, but not with Evil Dead. Evil Dead 2 was even better than Evil Dead, and Army of Darkness was just as good as Evil Dead. And then they came out with the show, and the show was pretty amazing. I love Ash vs. Evil Dead. This is such a good show. It is available on Netflix if you've never watched it. We are going to be going into spoilers in case you've never watched it. But yeah, also peep the shirt. Peep the shirt. It's nice. I like the shirt. Anyways, so let's get into it. Ash vs. Evil Dead ran from 2015 to 2018, and it stars Bruce Campbell, Ray Santiago, and Dana De Lorenzo. And in this show, Ash has accidentally read from the Necronomicon and awakened evil Deadites once again, and he teams up with two of his co-workers to try and take them down. Yeah, this show is so freaking good, and Bruce Campbell is so charming in every way. I just love the show so much. I forgot to write my rating, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now, while you awkwardly sit there and watch me do this. So how's it going? How's life? Happy Halloween. So what are you doing for Halloween? Let me know in the comments. I'm working Halloween, but I don't know, maybe I'll watch a horror movie that night or something. Nothing big. I almost bought a costume, and now I'm glad I didn't, because I really don't have anything going on that day other than work. So maybe if y'all have been following me for a while, last year I dressed up as Elliot from E.T. So I don't know, maybe I'll just throw that on again just for the fun of it. I don't know. It is hot in my room. Anyways, so let's talk about what I love about Ash vs. Evil Dead. So for one thing, Bruce Campbell is amazing. He was born to play this role. And he only got casted originally, I feel like, just because he was best friends with Sam Raimi. That's probably the only reason why he casted him as Ash to begin with. But man, did that work out, because he is so good as this character. And this character is more lively in this show than he ever was. This show really makes you love this character, because he's not really a super likable dude. He's kind of a sleazebag, and he's really careless. But he is the guy who is destined to save the world, and you just go with it, because he's funny, and he's charming, and it's Bruce Campbell, and everybody loves Bruce Campbell, right? Ash actually does exhibit a little bit of emotion in the show, which is nice. That's not really something you got unless it was just frustration from the original trilogy, but here you actually connect with him a little bit on an emotional level at some parts, but it doesn't do it for too long before it goes right back to a joke, but it does it just enough, and I really like it. This movie is also very quotable from Ash's many one-liners, and he has a ton of one-liners in this show. Now, if you know me, you know I'm a sucker for one-liners, so here's a few of my favorites from this show from Ash. Pardon my language here. This town is only big enough for one asshole, and that asshole is me. The other thing I gotta do is some cardio, because my heart is jackhammering like a quarterback on prom night. Don't you get it? Everybody dies here. It's just a rule. Death, taxes, and more death. And I don't pay taxes, so all I know is death. Those are good quotes. I mean, the writing for the show is really good. I mean, you could tell there was so much love and passion that went into the show. With every line of dialogue and every scene and every moment, every episode, and everything they do, there is love that went into it. And you always get that from the original Evil Dead trilogy. Every one of those movies feels like a passion project, and the love for what they are making oozes off the screen. This is no exception. There is so much love that went into this show, and you really, really, really feel it. I love that Ash grows as a person while also saying the same person. He does have a character arc. He really steps into the shoes as the hero he was meant to be. Because he talks about in the show, he's like, I didn't ask for any of this. Okay? But here I am. But he really steps into that hero role and accepts he is the man who is destined to save humanity. All the while, still sticking to being the same person. So they do a good job giving him a character arc, but not changing him completely from the lovable jerk that we all know from. The supporting cast is really, really good. Ray Santiago and Dana De Lorenzo are great in this show. The three of them together as a trio have excellent chemistry. Also, this movie has a ton of practical effects, and the actors get really wet and really dirty a lot. Like, a lot. Like, the actors in the show are constantly dirty. Constantly. Because they're constantly getting sprayed with, like, blood and stuff, and it's awesome. The practical effects in this show, I mean, there's some CGI, obviously, but this show has a ton of practical effects, and it's so much better for it. Take that, Marvel. This is good practical effects. This is good special effects. This is filmmaking. Okay, when you really don't just sit in front of a computer, but you make something, it's always better that way. Always. It also always finds new ways to use the demons creatively, and they always make new creative demons. There's always something fresh with the Deadites to experience, always. It never gets old. There's always something new, something different, something creative. And you can feel that creativity, there's a lot of love that went into it. Like I said it before, there's so much love that went into this show. The makeup is really, really good. The makeup artists for the show are amazing. I think they brought back some of the old ones from Evil Dead 2. I know, if I'm not mistaken, which was a good choice because they did a really good job. I want to talk about one of my favorite episodes was the season 2 finale when Ash is fighting the head of the Deadites. It's been a while since I finished the show. I can't remember the character's name. But anyway, he fights him. He gets in a fist fight with him. And it's really good. It's really, really good. It's really cool. He's like, nah, you put your demon powers away and you just fight me man to man. And they do it. It's pretty awesome. I really like it. This show also has no filler episodes. There are no filler episodes in this show. None. Every episode feels meaningful. And every episode is just as great as the last. It's consistently great. Consistent. This is one of the most consistent shows I've ever seen. Every single episode is something to look forward to. Every single episode is fun. Every single episode has something fresh to offer. And it's mainly through the use of the Deadites, how they bring in all these different Deadites, or they just do something really cool with the story, and it constantly keeps you engaged. I really like how Kelly and Pablo grow as well, especially Pablo. Pablo really, he starts out as kind of, a little bit of a wimp, but he really comes into his own and really proves that he should be a part of the Ghost Beaters, which is a stupid name, but we all like it anyways. It had a satisfying conclusion despite ending early. This show unfortunately did end early because the ratings were down, but they finished it in a way where it would feel satisfying, but they set up season 4 just in case they did have a season 4, but there was never a season 4. So I'm glad that they did that. They finished it in a way where it felt right and you felt satisfied. It didn't just end and then you're like, well, where's this going? Like, no. It has a great climatic ending with Ash in a tank against a giant Deadite, and it's freaking awesome, and he flips at the bird. It's so cool. And then it sets up with this Mad Max thing, which that you unfortunately never get, but they do in a way where you're still like, okay. It ends on a little, like, where you're like, you want to see where it goes, but you're also like, that was a satisfying conclusion. It's also extremely funny. This show is really, really funny. There's tons of jokes in this show, primarily from Ash, because Bruce Campbell is so good as a character, and he has such good comedic timing. The action in it is really good, too, and they do a really good job of mixing action and comedy, which Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness did beautifully. They really do a great job at mixing action and comedy. There's an episode where Ash is in a fertility clinic because he went in there to, do his thing, get a little bit of cash for it, but then he gets attacked by Deadites and they're chucking glasses of it at him. It's just really, really funny. Anyway, but they do a great job of mixing action and comedy. And the Necronomicon and the Kandarian Dagger play a major role in the plot, which is great. I'm really glad. Like, this is pretty much centered around the Necronomicon and the Kandarian Dagger. It doesn't forget those roots. It's about those, and I really like that as well. Ash vs. Evil Dead is a show that I really wish didn't end. But Bruce Campbell has said, I think Bruce Campbell was kind of relieved that it ended because physically he was having a hard time keeping up with it. And he has said that he doesn't want to be Ash anymore. And I understand why. He's just getting older and he can't really keep up with it. Like, I get it. But it sucks that it ended early, but it still ended on a high note. And unfortunately, we will never see Ash again. But I think the way this show wrapped up with that character, we can still feel satisfied with what we got out of that character all these years. All the way back from, when did the original come out? 1979 or 1978? So, it was a nice send-off for the character, and I really enjoyed it. Him coming into his own as a hero and becoming a father as well, and his daughter learning to connect with him. It was just really, really nice. So, with all that being said, I'm going to give Ash vs. Evil Dead a 100. I will be back very soon, probably tomorrow. I'm hoping I can upload... What time is it now? I don't know if I'm... Okay, so it's Saturday. I don't know if I'm going to get this up tonight or I'm going to get this up on Sunday. So, that means my last Halloween special will either be up Sunday or Halloween. I'm not sure which, but it's coming. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to Pod Player Entertainment for more. Hit the like button. Leave me reviews, suggestions down in the comments down below. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Pod Player Entertainment for channel updates and bonus content. And much love.